Hello. Good afternoon. Good afternoon. I'm going to chat here in a minute. But for now, I'm going to leave you with some music because I need to get my glasses. So, per usual, anytime we need to have a little background music, that's going to be the Penny Wrenn Media presents Power 2026. So let's go. Gotta get up to get down. Gotta know when you get down. Gotta get up, just get down. Gotta know when you gotta get down. Gotta get up, get down. Gotta know when you get down. Gotta know when you gotta get down. Gotta get up, get down. I gotta get my coffee too. I'm talking to myself. We handle it, gotta get up, get down, gotta know when you gotta get down. You wanna get down, gotta get down, gotta get down, gotta go down, get down. So wanna get down, gotta get down, gotta get up, get down, get up, get down, gotta get down. So wanna get down. Sound, they gonna pay when the stakes were profound. We the people, not a slogan around. It's a practice, not a crown. Patriotism 1.0 survival mode. Patriotism 2.0 reveal the code. Now it's 3.0 civic reload. Upgrade the system, carry the load. Gotta know. Stay down, smoke in the sky, still held the ground. Freedom ain't fragile, it circles around, not back hard. We rebuild the town, gotta know when to get down. Gotta know when you gotta get down. Gotta get up. Get down. Gotta know when I gotta get up. Gotta know. Get down. Get down. Gotta get down. Get down. Gotta know. Gotta go and get down. Gotta know when you gotta get down. Get down and get down. Get down. Get down. Gotta know when you gotta get down. 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 No. I was plugging in. The fan is right here. So, Luke, I am your father. I'm doing Luke, I am your father. I used to do that into the fan. Luke, I am your father. Hello. Oh boy. Oh man. What's today? Thursday. Thursday is not hump day. What's Thursday called? It's called the day after hump day? Uh-oh. I need to get my glasses. What you call it? Thank you so much. I didn't think I signed in to chat. I'm trying to see if I'm in the YouTube chat. Doesn't matter. Anyway, let's stop this. So, hi, I'm Penny Wrenn, and this is Penny Wrenn Media Time. Today I'm doing a live, logging on because I got to get ready for a couple things. Tomorrow I have a friend coming through, an old friend, someone I went to high school with. Her name is Christina Hartman. My glasses are crooked. They are. Yes, they are, aren't they? Or is my head crooked? Are my glasses crooked or is my head crooked? I can't really see. Brian, can you come look and see if my glasses are crooked? Are you laughing? Ever
so slightly, yeah.
Are they crooked?
Just ever so slightly. These need to be adjusted.
Is that, wait, did I fix it?
The glasses themselves would have to be back. Shelly can do that.
So that means that they still look crooked?
Like just, I can only see that crooked gives you pointed.
Okay. All right, so we're going to leave it alone. Thank you. Give it up for Brian's discerning taste. Give it up for coffee. After we had some midday cocktails, that was fun. Midday cocktails, midlife, midday. So Christina Hartman, who I went to high school with, she is a former congressional candidate. Pre the big wave. So this is before 2016, or at least, because it's the election after 2016, I think, where all of the women, a bunch of people were running for a bunch of seats. I think that's when AOC ran. Let's see. When did AOC run for? What is she? Is she a senator or whatever? But when did she first? 2019. Yes, it was after 2016. Yeah. Are you talking to me? What did you say? I can't hear you. Right, but so she's been serving since 2019. My whole point was it before or after 2016? And Christina Hartman, let me see. She ran in that same election that Trump was elected president. So that was 2016. Yeah, 2016. And then she ran the following year. I'm pretty sure she might have run one more year after that, but maybe for a different position. But we'll talk to her about that. So she and I went to high school together. Sorry for the background noise of the fan, but I'm hot. We went to high school together, and we reconnected in our hometown of Lancaster, Pennsylvania, around 2015. I had just moved back from New York. She had just moved back from DC, I think. And we, as Demetria Lucas says, see some world, right? And so after you see some world, and I haven't even seen some world to the degree that Demetria has, so I feel even ashamed mentioning that. But anyway, you go away from home and you come back home and you reconnect with people, even to a greater degree than you might have known them initially. When Christina and I decided to do a podcast together called As In, because that's one of the things she says a lot. So when we're talking, we're often unpacking something for the other person, and unpacking as in as in expounding, right? As in expanding, as in we're trying out new ideas or new ways of seeing something, often telling each other what we really think about something that we may not have dared to say to anyone but the other person. So these are conversations about America. These are conversations about the Democrats, the Republicans, the political playbook, about race, about women, about being a political candidate, and about Elon Musk. We talked a ton about Elon Musk because when we were talking, I was unabashedly a fan of Elon Musk's. And I'm not here to say that I'm not a fan of his. However, I do think that there's something that happens when your back's against the wall, when your back is against the wall, or when a certain type of man, dare I even say white man, I don't know, but it probably exists across different races. When your back's against the wall, and I think in a lot of ways, different industries and the zeitgeist entirely created a back against the wall Elon Musk in his bid for Twitter. And that is the Elon Musk that we've been stuck with ever since. Before then, though, I think he was just chief. Well, I don't know. I don't know him. But he was on my list of top 10 people I'd love to pitch. I know that much. Now, I don't know how I would pitch him. I don't know if I could pitch him. There's some people who I think give me 5 minutes in an elevator with them, and I can, as my mom says, talk my way out of a paper bag. So give me 5 minutes in an elevator with some people. David Sachs is one of those folks. I really think give me 5 minutes in an elevator with David Sachs. The other David who's on that All In podcast, David Friedman, Barack Obama. Give me 5 minutes in an elevator. And I don't mean this and I don't mean this in a, what's that, drive it to the partition on, that part, drive it, put up the partition, please. You don't want to see Beyonce on my knees. I think son to get on the down. That's a Beyonce song singing about his dick. As Wanda Sykes said, and as my mom says, she don't want to hear Beyonce singing about Jay-Z's dick. So, anyway, Jay-Z, 5 minutes in an elevator. I mean, and that's so loaded. But I truly mean, like, these are Beyonce. Give me 2 minutes in an elevator with Beyonce. And I got the pitch. I've got the pitch. She's another one of those Stevie Wonder, as you know. She's another one of those legacy people. Like, let's think about what's your estate plan for your digital IP, man. Like, what's the plan for all of the Beyonce websites that you're gonna be curating, cultivating? Like, what's the real estate plan for these digital assets? What are we building with all of them? Obviously, you've got Ivy Park, and you've got what is it called? Sacred, and more. But let's think about the actual URLs, the website addresses that are closer to your name. What's the plan? I wish that do they make estate attorneys? Is that part of estate planning? It's not, as far as I know. Huh? Say it again. There's not? It is? Wait, say it again. I've got the fan going. It is part of it? What do you're... So who are the attorneys that specialize in it? Oh, okay. But are you seeing it? I mean, you didn't run into it with... Got it. When he was in law school, people were talking about this. And I've been talking about it, and I haven't even been to law school. But that's what happens when you work in search engine marketing. So I prefer live streaming when my husband's not downstairs because... Bye. Thank you. Unless you want to be Huh? I love you. Anyway, he's a know-it-all. He's a know-it-all. Live streaming today to get ready for Christina tomorrow. And also I've got a call with my sister from another mister today at 4:30 because we might have a call tomorrow. And that could be a business development opportunity. She has founded a Philadelphia-based optical lens and community health center partner vendor that she is working on with a new partnership for a buying company. And we're hoping to, make some inroads with the members of that buying company. And so that should be exciting as we have a conversation tomorrow to explore the opportunities. The other thing I need to do today is that I need to try out my camera because my connection with my camera stopped working yesterday. I had to do a lot of, I had to reset and restart. And I want to see today if that worked, and if that camera can pick up. So I'm debating. So I want to open some audio. I think I'll keep I want to open some audio. I'll keep the music open. I'll play the music while I'm finding audio. And we'll keep it moving. I'm also going to see if I can do a quick share of my screen here. Ooh, excuse me. And then I'm going to do Mac OS screen capture. So I'm setting up my OBS. Okay. Okay. Nice. Wrenn. All right. So this is when I was looking up Christina's thing. Oh, wait. What is happening right now? Okay. It's fine. Right? Yeah. Is it fine? Oh, I got to put my dress up. Okay. Transition. All right. So I'm going to go into actually we'll open Otter. Let's play some music. Where's my cursor though? There's so many.
I love a workaround. It can turn around your reality. I love a workaround. It will make your life one possibility after another. A workaround will turn around the avenue and make it a thoroughfare just for you. I love a workaround. You can find a solution
To your problem. Hey, use what you got and you will solve them. One thing can go wrong and one thing will go right. A DIY. That will work out. Work around. I love a workaround. All right, so All right, so if you used Google Notebook, Google LLM, you should. If you haven't, go to Notebook LM, Google, notebooklm.google.com. It's a dashboard of sorts. You can put your fill it up with all types of files. So for mine, I have a bunch of audio files here. These are all audio files, and it can also make a podcast for you. Now, the voice that it uses for the podcast, at least one of them, is being litigated right now because there is a man. What is his last name? David. I cannot remember his last name, but he's from Lancaster, Pennsylvania, which is where I'm from. David Freed. No, not him. David Green. NPR. Let me see. Okay. Google responds to claim that it stole NPR host voice. David Green. So David Green, I don't know what's going on with this case. Was suing Google, alleging that his voice was copied for its Notebook LM tool. This is the tool that will make a podcast for you. So it will take what you have uploaded and synthesize it. So it could be a deep dive, a lively conversation between two hosts, unpacking and connecting topics in my sources. An expert review of my sources, offering constructive feedback to help you improve your material, a thoughtful debate between two hosts, illuminating different perspectives on your sources, or a bite-sized overview to help you grasp the core ideas from your sources quickly. So why don't we try? I'm interested in the critique. I've never listened to the critique. Generational divide. Let me see. America as family, business, and inheritance plan. Okay, let's see. Generate. And then we have to wait for it to generate the audio. It can put together a slideshow. It can, what else would it do? It can put together a mind map. The mind map might be fast. I want to see the mind map. Oh, this is already it. Wait, is it?
Imagine hitting like the absolute peak of your career.
Right. You've totally won the game by all traditional metrics.
Exactly. You are managing a $44 million international program. You're navigating these massive government partnerships.
This is Christina.
You've even raised over $1 million running for United States Congress.
This is Christina.
It is. But then, you listen to the private audio diaries of someone operating at the exact level of success, and you realize her biggest daily struggle isn't the crushing workload at all.
It's convincing herself to shower twice a week.
So today, we are tearing into this absolute fascinating stack of documents. We're doing a deep dive that really exposes the invisible crisis currently.
All right,
Imagine
what's this?
your real life came with subtitles, like not translating a foreign language, but translating the actual hidden meaning behind what people just said to you.
Oh, that would be terrifying.
That's as in.
And incredibly useful.
Right. Like your boss says, hey, take your time on this, but the subtitle flashing below them is, I actually needed this yesterday, and I am currently judging your time management.
Yeah, it's the eternal, incredibly inefficient struggle of human communication. I mean, we rely heavily on shorthand.
We do. We totally do.
We assume the person sitting across from us shares our exact context, our exact history, and our exact definitions of words. And when they don't, well, the system breaks down.
It breaks down completely, and fixing that breakdown is our mission today. So, welcome to the deep dive.
Glad to be here.
Today, we are exploring a really fascinating multimedia project and podcast series called As In. It's the brainchild of two women, Penny Wrenn, who is a freelance journalist and civic technologist, and Christina Hartman.
And their core mission is so compelling. Together, they're exploring civic dialogue and generational reckonings by hunting for what they call the clarifying layer in all of our conversations.
The clarifying layer, I love that term. And their approach is, well, it's highly practical. They treat media not just as entertainment, but as actual infrastructure.
Yeah, like a public utility. They've recorded episodes dissecting these massive, complex topics. I mean, everything from family business and succession theory to the psychology of mirroring.
Oh, and the Brownview Board of Education decision, right?
Yeah.
Like the actual promises versus the historical deliveries of that case.
Exactly. But no matter the topic, the methodology remains the exact same. It's about finding the context that actually makes meaning out of raw information.
So to really understand how they do that, we have to look at the title of the project itself, As In.
Right.
The show is literally named after Christina's actual speech pattern. She has this habit where she will explain a complicated concept and then immediately follow it with the phrase, as in, to deliver the actual translation.
And the trick here is that it is always the second statement that actually lands.
That's it one, yeah.
The first statement is just the formal explanation. It's the polite, professional phrasing. But the as in is the shift in the room. It breaks the concept down into a digestible reality that guarantees the listener is, actually trekking with the speaker.
So wait, she essentially uses as in as a reset button.
Pretty much, yeah.
Like if everyday communication is a software program, that first statement is the generic error 404 screen. Everybody sees it, but nobody actually knows what to do with it. The as in.
Question of speed versus structure.
So what's the fix?
The proposed solution is a hybrid approach. We need the speed of the young software developer paired with the discernment of the OG. Mechanics of how that fraud occurred are fascinating when you've $1 million by
Matic, 24-year-old founder of a financial aid.
just vanishes.
And they point to a huge example of this, right? The massive scandal involving that charismatic 24-year-old founder of a financial aid or for F-sale startup.
Oh, yeah. She allegedly defrauded
I
Chase
forgot
National
about
Bank
that
for over
woman.
$100 million by claiming to have millions of active users.
Which is wild. Just totally wild.
It is. And the mechanics of how that fraud occurred are fascinating when you view it through this generational lens. It didn't happen just because the founder was it suggests the environment they operate in severely lacks checks and balances. It's a question of speed versus structure.
So what's the fix?
The proposed solution is a hybrid approach. We need the speed of the young software developer paired with the discernment of the OG policy wonk.
I see. So the developer builds the car to go 200 miles an hour, but the OG builds the brakes.
I love that analogy. Yes, and that requires a massive cultural shift. We have to move away from a culture of calling each other out on the internet and move toward calling each other into the development process.
Calling each other in, that's powerful.
Yeah.
Because if you scale up that lack of vetting, that over-reliance on the glossy package instead of the structural foundation, you stop looking at a single bad startup acquisition and you start looking at the actual architecture of the internet itself.
It scales up entirely. The project demands a total rethinking of how we consume media.
And the foundational analogy they use
versus structure.
So what's the fix?
The proposed solution is a hybrid approach. We need
Scan the headlines of any major news outlet, and you'll find a steady stream of content dissecting the
let me
habits
get
of
my head outta
millennials
here.
versus Gen Z. These narratives frequently overlook Generation X, the demographic currently moving into their peak years of corporate and political leadership. This narrow focus obscures a larger structural shift. As the United States approaches its 250th anniversary, the aging of the current establishment is creating a massive leadership vacuum across every major institution. For decades, the country has functioned under a specific economic and cultural operating system. It's a playbook written by the generation that came of age during the 1960s, establishing the guardrails that still govern our markets and politics today. Most media analysis assumes that a younger generation will eventually seize power and unilaterally install a new opposing playbook. However, recent data points toward a different reality, a massive, nearly identical overlap in values
Yeah.
between the three generations slated to inherit these institutions.
I call them the bookend
Surveys
cohort.
designed to measure how different age groups view the future typically search for wide deviations in outlook and behavior. One consistent data point stands out. There's a 20 percentage point gap between boomers and the rest of the country on future outlook. When we isolate Gen X, Millennials, and Gen Z, their data points are nearly indistinguishable, sitting within 1% of each other.
Yeah, I got to find
This
that.
statistical convergence suggests a shared intergenerational experience, a macro cohort of X, Y.
I got to find that study. Let me see. It's a Gen Z for Change Future Outlook Survey Generations. Let me see. Was it that? That was 2024. I wonder. Let me see. Where's that Gen Z for Change? Bye bye, billionaires. Trolligarchy. Gen Z for Zoran. This is helpful. Oh, can you not open that? People over prime. I gotta turn the air back on. Change is brewing. Damn. I am now wondering, where did I keep that thing? Outlooks. Let me see. Future. Let me see. Damn, 42% of Gen X. Okay, this is not. I'm reading this. I'm trying to find including Gen X. Mm-mm. Okay, nearly 4 in 10 Americans agree. Nearly 4 in 10 Americans agree with the statement, we won't be able to solve the country's big problems until the older generation no longer holds power. Mm. Gen Z adults, 58% are more likely than Gen Z teens to agree with the idea that the country's big problems won't be solved until the older generation is no longer in power. Hmm. There is one that has just a very basic outlook on the future. Just general outlook on the future. Gen Z adults are less likely to have contacted an elected official than baby boomers, but they are similar to millennials and Gen Xers on this question. Interesting. Okay, that's a good one. Desktop. Boom, here. I wish I could find that study. I guess I'm not going to find it. Oh, let me see. Outlook. There goes that. Oh, future. Democracy and hope for the future. On the broad ideals of democracy. Feelings of hope. Generational divides reveal differences in feelings of hope. Majorities of the silent generation, baby boomers and Gen X, report feeling hope often or almost all the time, while less than half of Gen Z adults And millennials report the same feelings. Gen Z teens are more likely. Interesting. I will find that study somewhere. Let me see. Gen Z versus Gen X, Gen Y. Hope. Let's see if this one, the changing generational values. That doesn't have anything. Oh, that's a silly article. Whatever. Anyway, so let's go back to this as in. So I'm curious about what it's pulling from. I just love this little video though.
Demographics that operates with a unified sensibility. This level of agreement across tens of millions of people creates a foundation for shared economic priorities on a scale that hasn't existed in the digital era. The cohort functions as an integrated system where different generations assume distinct roles within a single framework. Millennials provide the ideological framework, frequently challenging traditional business structures and the persistence of monopolies.
I really should download
Gen
this,
Z
huh?
brings kinetic energy to the system,
Yeah.
translating abstract goals into direct community
Yeah,
action and
Gen Z.
climate-focused initiatives.
Yeah.
Generation X acts as the translator, using their professional experience to bridge the gap between legacy institutional rules and new demands.
Yes.
Together, this combined force has begun a methodical audit of the existing boomer playbook. They are identifying historical guardrails that provide necessary stability.
But we're not working together. So we'll talk about that. So we're not working together. But we're not working together. So this is a great video, I gotta say. It's not bad at all. That's something to play. So this bookend cohort thing, let's find where... Let me see where I've said this bookend. Oh gosh, I've been saying this for so long. Lord. That's 2023. Oh boy. 2025, 2024. 2026, 2025. Bookend. I'm wondering when it came up with Christina. All right, let's see. XYZ. Talking to Jocelyn. XYZ. Open link in new tab. Don't know what that is. To be daily, that's Christina, but call it Generation XYZ. Okay, here's one. This is 2023, August. XYZ. I say XYZ a lot, huh? XYZ kind of thing. So are there any more XYZ in generations? Okay, here's Penny and Christina, February 2023. Now, do I put it, and I added some talking points here because I didn't have this is 2025, don't know what I'm talking about. Oh, this is a conversation with Ty. This is a conversation with CG 2025. This is me pitching Dan Shipper. This is Christina, October 2023. Some voice memo I left for her. Okay. Well, so there goes that. Oh, I also wanted to see, let's see what's in here. Reject all. All right, so let's open ChatGPT. Let me share my screen again. Oh, man. ChatGPT. Man, ChatGPT is such garbage too right now, but whatever. My glasses are so dirty. Okay. All right, so now you can see ChatGPT also. All right, boom. I don't really understand what's happening over here. Let's do a search for Christina as in. See what comes up. Hartman podcast. As in. See what happens. Let me see. Let's see. Christina Hartman. Media manipulation analysis. Live stream magazine show. I have no idea what this is. This is about my brother. I was laid off in 2020. Wow. These exchanges. I don't even know what that's from. One more search. All right, let's see if it knows who Christina Hartman is real quick. Who is Christina Hartman? Let's see if it knows. Let's see. Who is she to me? The other thing, let me look at my ChatGPT history. My export. Okay. She's your friend. You have remained friends, worked with her around the As In podcast, and she introduced you to Black Tech Street while she was connected to Bitwise. She also appears on your engagement party. Fantastic. Okay, perfect. All right. What is known to ChatGPT about hashtag as in? Ugh, my gosh, my glasses. It's so annoying. As In was your Plan 2 Woman audio and video podcast. You were the creator and lead planner responsible for organizing the editorial. The concept was an intergenerational limited series of approximately 5 episodes, each about 30 to 45 minutes. The episodes were to be organized by generation. Were they? What is wrong with my glasses? Okay. There's the gaps in how generations understand one another, intergenerational cooperation, particularly people positioned between older and younger generations in the American workforce. You viewed it as an initial vehicle for building thought leadership around intergenerational cooperatives and related workforce issues. Okay, great. Now that I'm live streaming 101 Ideas for America, hashtag America 250 is finally here. And it's 2026, etc. Revisiting these recordings with Christina live in studio tomorrow. No structure yet for how to conduct the time together, but I envision it being one part listening to segments from our old recordings, maybe pulling 1 to 2 recordings per year from, 2015, 2016 through 2023. Pulling from screenshots of our text messages, particularly around the Biden re-election, 2022, 2023, the whole he's taking the holiday to decide what he wants to do thing, and the shadow campaign news, R.E. Bill Maher in 2023 into 2024, before the debate when everyone decided the emperor has no clothes. Want to ask R.E. Degree, she's comfortable to share the So how do I say there is so I want to quote what the guy who's running in Michigan, who called the Republicans and Democrats the mafia, the two mafia families, crime bosses or whatever of American government. And I want to insinuate that the conversations between individuals outside looking in, they seem like they have that strong arming type of connotation, such that, it's never like Gretchen Whitmer. And I need my dates to match up here, because if I'm not mistaken, Gretchen Whitmer had a book timed for 2023, 24. So did Gavin Newsom. So did Pete Buttigieg, I think. And those are things that would have been timed for the 2024 election cycle. Similarly to things that are coming out now. I'm thinking of the J.D. Vance book. Gavin Newsom has another book. This is now when people are putting out books, doing their, Rahm Emanuel is visiting a lot of cities, doing a lot of stuff, appearing on a lot of podcasts. And that's all part of the assumption that, he's going to run in 2028. So I don't know how much of this, everybody knowing who's doing what, is spoken, or how much is like a nod or a wink. But outside looking in, there's some type of communication mechanics within, both parties, I'm assuming, right? But I think with the Democratic Party, because, because it's, one, it's the party of black people. So as the party of black people, you're thinking, and as the party of black people, you get some automatic authenticity, street cred, just because of the legitimacy of, the civil rights movements, those human rights advancements that are associated with the black experience in America. One. And especially in this time, we were just looking at that Gen Z report where they were saying, Gen Zers are much more likely to be Democrats than they are Republicans. I guess all of this that I'm getting at, ChatGPT, is I need the framework for my questions or for the prompts in our conversation I need that scripted out in a way that's productive, I guess, so that I'm not doing what I'm doing right now, which is rambling when she comes. And I'm making good use of the time. All right. Actually, when it responds, maybe we'll say, I hate it. I hate anthropomorphizing. Like, the fact that the default is for ChatGPT to say, I'm gathering, I'm furthering, what does it say? I'm turning. I need to zoom in, friends, here. I can't see. There we go. All right. Oh, but now you can't see me. Hold on. Hold on. All right, let's see. See that I'm gathering. I'm whatever. You're not an I'm. Stop anthropomorphizing. And I also could do this in the morning too, I suppose, because I'm starting to feel tired. It's that midday cocktail. Usable studio run of show with fact-check dates, a clean political party mechanics frame, and questions that keep the conversation analytical. Gathering context on Gen Z party preferences and black voter trends, focusing on framing without overstating. Okay, so while it's doing all that, why don't we do this? Boom. We're going to minimize our ChatGPT window. Minimize. And let's find some old ones here. This is 2023. That's Radio Hotel. 2025, that's CG. 2023, October. 2024. August 2023. And December 2022. All right, let's see what this one's all about. We know that if you're listening, you are interested in what we have to say. And we hope that you know someone else who's also interested in what we have to say. And the next time you talk to that person, keep your name in our mouth. It's like how the kids say, keep your name out. Keep my name out your mouth, but for real, keep as in on your mind. And join the conversation with us.
We'd love to have you.
Love you.
Love you too.
Oh, well, I don't know what we're talking about here, though. Let's see. I need to pull from this transcript. Let's put it like this. What are the best exchanges to excerpt in this transcript that are representative of the conversation between Penny and Christina? Well, wait a second. Okay. Okie dokie. Ow, I can't see. All right. Defining as in and your communication ethos. Okay. Timestamps 40 clearly explains, shows your dynamic. You push with examples. Christina gives layered. All right. Where is that then? Content, the way the kids say content for the record. But so the part about it that's scary, what's scary about chat, then I wonder.
Yeah, this is the big one.
Oh, that's Brian. I don't know what's happening.
Which is what, that's not what I have, right? No. Okay, yeah. No, this will fit your stuff. I know, yeah, but that's heavy. Yeah.
Thanks, Brian.
Thank you, Brian.
You're welcome. We'll have to have dinner sometime.
I would love that.
Can I have my sippy cup and my coffee up here?
Oh, 49.
Can
49.36.
I have my milk? I mean, I have a.
So I think actually I'd like to relate it to a different point.
Please do.
Thanks.
Nobody needs, so that is not a thing which you need to qualify, certainly. But for the listener and or viewer, do it off, because just do it off the top of your head.
I know I'm trying.
You like politics,
I know I'm thinking of one now, so I'm telling you it's going to take me 20 minutes.
but just do it off, because just do it off the top of your head. You robbed anyone who might be looking at the video an opportunity.
I guess I should show video too.
So everybody can see it, because it's it's really magnificent. See, this is only going to be used like in the Oprah and Gail bloopers,
Right.
like 30 years from now.
Yeah.
Okay, you try one. Try an as in.
I know I'm thinking of one now, so I'm telling you it's going to take me 20 minutes.
But just do it off, because
Why can't I hear her?
I know I'm trying. And so trying to like sort of get to that smaller piece, I think that the as in we are constantly over communicating, or what I consider like almost like translation and analogizing things and breaking them down so that people can understand them better. And the reason that you and I use this phrase as in so much more than other people is because we're obsessive about making sure that people understand what it is that we're talking about. And because we deal in a lot of complicated things, we break them down into smaller pieces. And so trying to like sort of get to that smaller piece necessitates the as in. That's where I think that.
Ladies and gentlemen, Christina Hartman. Enough said, mic drop, boom, 100%.
I do love. I mean, I would like to come up
So
with
right,
an
so
example.
our version of as in does not fit this very pedestrian rubric of like from the Stack Exchange. Okay, so thank you, and that's the Penny Wrenn magazine writer version of things, meaning like I want to. Okay, so the writer's going to want to know this, and I have to figure out how to make it, be bite size and land right away. But what you said was not bite size, but it was perfectly portioned, and it will marinate. I love it.
And I was like,
That's hilarious. Okay, so now that's a good one. Penny on as in as a tool to make ideas land. 52:11.
To be very clear, I started saying, like, not even consciously, I started saying as in because of you.
And that's true.
And it was happening at work mostly because I was working with colleagues who were 10 years to up to 15 years my junior. And there were some things I would say it's fair to say I was paranoid that my way of speaking wasn't landing, which is not to say going over their heads, which is to say, when somebody throws you the Frisbee and you've never played Frisbee before and the Frisbee just lands in front of you and you're like, and? I felt like I was getting a lot of and, which I'm used to because Church of Evelyn Wrenn and the Church of Evelyn Wrenn, who is my mother, that is what you say. That's the Gloria Patri, like, and? But like, we didn't, but I needed things to land. Yeah. And so that's when I started doing that.
No, because you're breaking it down further. And as you know from journalism, the so what is the most important bit, right? So what?
Always.
So what?
Always.
So we're anticipating the so what.
Always. But even in it, that was the thing. I almost needed to, I was breaking down the space between the thing I was saying and the so what explanation. Like, because keep on living and or be in a communication-based field and you want the so what, right? But a lot of people don't know to anticipate or want the so what. So they hear the so what as it's a part of the setup. You know what I'm saying? And so you almost, my as in was then taking you from the setup to the, and so this, and so this, and so this, and this, like, which is the so what, like all the and so, and so, and so, and then it's like, and so then you get this, and this is what you want because you said that. You know what I mean? And it was useful because it helped me visualize a journey that I was not already breaking down. Like what I was saying to Anne was very real. Because when you go to the site, one, you can find the rate, but you don't understand the concept of the room. I had no anticipation that there would be other people here. I didn't know that the isolation booth was not available. But no, the website should have told me that. Like, so meaning I should not have to have an interaction with Anne in order to book this room. And it should not require Anne coming over here and resetting my expectations. My expectations should have been plainly set. And that's not my fault, and I'm going to give her grace here and say it's not her fault either. That said, it is a flaw of a service, because this is a service now, right? Because you're offering me the room, but you're also offering me some aspect of the electronic equipment and the expertise. And if you're telling me what that is on the fly, and you're kind of leaving it up to me to decide what I heard, and you're not giving anything in writing then, right? Then honestly, you don't need to clarify. You don't need to apologize unless there was something that we did get wrong. Because as far as I'm concerned, we didn't get anything wrong. Because what were we to get wrong if we were not given anything explaining exactly what we were to expect? And that is where, as in, gets me in trouble. And I think it might get you in trouble also. Because part of using that is saying, I'm sorry, but wait a minute. You know, like part of the as in is often like, I need to say something here, like that you're like mitigating something that shouldn't be as it already, like it's status quo a lot.
Tell me more about what you mean by that.
I often find I use as in when I'm unraveling or weaving an honest thought and an honest idea and an honest interpretation and an honest synthesis. And like the things I say in your company are things I've written in my notes, I've been thinking about obsessively, that like as if I were writing an essay about X, Y, or Z moment. And when I as in with you, it's because I'm going through my brain trust, and I'm trying out some of these arguments, if you will. And I need as in to walk you through what otherwise would be a Jackson Pollock painting. Does that make sense?
It does make sense. That's interesting. Although I'm not sure it's as Jackson Pollock as you think it is.
It feels, that's because it's you.
Okay.
When you use as in, so you've always been an as in person, though.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying about the SAT scores. I don't know that I've always used the word, but I've always tried to
yes.
To your Jackson Pollock point, I find that people don't understand what I'm trying to say a lot of the time. And we'll get to this in terms of like, who am I and my superpowers and whatnot. But I'm usually really ahead of the curve, and I'm usually seeing things that other people are not seeing, and I'm usually seeing them much faster than other people are seeing. So in the way that you described that breaking down a process for a younger colleague to help them, it doesn't have to be a younger colleague, but somebody who has an experience and you've experienced, you're breaking it down. That's what I've had to do my whole life, right? So with, like, when I went into democracy work, like, my parents didn't know what it was, so, like, you know, you're trying to explain things and break them down in ways that, and this is, like, a lifelong journey, right? Like, this has been most of my life.
Entitled, like, not that bad word because, back it up. Most children would not even feel like autonomous enough to say, why are you smiling?
Keep crying.
What to say, like to clarify who they are. Be clear. I can't think of...
No, just that it's something that's been pointed out to me before.
Yeah.
And it's definitely a gift, and I understand that.
That's Church of Evelyn Wrenn, too. She had a teacher tell her that she was too big for her britches.
Yeah. Well, and it's so interesting because I think people saw me in a certain way. Like, I'll never forget in the 5th grade, my teacher, Mr. Grable, had us decide if we were leaders or followers. And I was like, I didn't even understand the concept.
Yeah.
Laughed at me a few times that year. We've had this conversation before, like, in some, so I think some of it comes from.
And I've only now started using this phrase, so I can't say I hate it. And I don't really think I.
And again, fine line for women of a certain age, of which we are.
Speak for yourself. I'm 13.
Were you born on leap year?
America, the spirit of is that Virginia? For Pennsylvania, what is it? The spirit of what was red, white, and blue? Spirit of something. Na 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 na. The spirit of Massachusetts. Spirit of Massachusetts is the spirit of America. The spirit of what's dun 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 dun. Spirit of Massachusetts is the spirit of America. The spirit of the red, white, and blue. Wow. Really, I can't just remember the my buddy. Okay. Wherever I go, you're gonna go. See, I remember a lot of jingles.
This is not a musical podcast. It is not.
Okay, so since
Jose does one about Trump. So I'm Christina Hartman, and I am an advocate who has spent almost 25 years supporting initiatives that give people voice.
Here she goes.
And to do that, I've worked on democracy and elections around the world.
I know. I was singing "Miss You Much" that time when we were meeting each other right on Lemon Street, and I was singing it out loud, and you started jamming to it, and we met up at the corner. It was lovely.
I love it.
So, I'm Penny Wrenn, W-R-E-N-N, spelled like the bird, but with 2 N's. I am the only child of my mother, Evelyn Wrenn, so you will hear the Church of Evelyn Wrenn a lot because my mother, as you know, was... she is a hell of a woman and authoritarian, executive, manager, shit talker, and no shit taker. And I'm also the youngest child of.
All right, so let's see. Penny's origin story, parents, layoff media, excerpt, focus, shortened for the core. Yeah, I know that's really long here, friend. Penny, I don't know how to be quiet. How does media, Penny? Oh gosh, I don't even know. Oh, the internet is not the world, it's a newsstand. Oh,
the internet is not the world.
Christina on COVID. Penny Wrenn to say the playbook is over. The playbook is closed. Where's that? Generations, don't throw it all out. It's so hot in here.
Your call has been forwarded.
Okay, she must still be on her thing then. All right, so... Okay, I've noticed anyway. I think that, and maybe as we talked, this has already been discussed. To throw out the baby with the bathwater, and I get it, it's a very visceral reaction. That people criticize about the playbook are, again, working too much, not prioritizing family, like not raising wages over time. Minimum wage has been stuck at the same, and in high that it was when we were in high school. I mean, that's insane, or close to insane. Coastal high school, but anyway, that was 25 years ago. That's true. Good point. I'm not a fan of we were doing it. It's always, I hate that. I hate that. It doesn't mean we should ask questions about, like, why has it been done that way? And, like, why was it good to do it this way? And I think this also shows up in politics, which is not only do people want to throw the baby out with the bathwater, so to speak, they also want like these purity tests. They want everything to be like it's either black or white. Mm-hmm. And it turns out that most things are not. I think it's the other generational piece for us. Like, we are stuck in the middle place, and we understand very well that nobody wants. There's also certain wrong with how millennials see everything, and there's probably some halfway, and we should probably find it, and let's talk and think about it. So excited to hear your best of. Oh, wow, this is best of 2022. Okay. The Elon era. Okay, you are not a fan of Elon. I am. Fandom is not the right word. Right, here's the Elon. Okay. So perfect. So I can think of the Elon news cycle of Twitter, where we are right now, and I say that keep in mind that I crafted
Elon eras, because we were at that point where the deal for Twitter was confirmed. He was heading up this company, and the shit hit the fan in a lot of different ways. But before then, I'd already been kind of obsessed with Elon as just a theme. So much that I have a note in my phone called Elon Musk, pitch Elon. Like, if I were to get caught in an elevator.
Oh shit, I didn't even know I said the elevator thing.
Tons of money. that he's impressionable. And
that he is.
And you gotta wonder. And like, there are lots of different stories about how impressionable he is and how much that costs him. You know what I'm saying? And that we don't hear about, right?
Oh.
Well, we do, right? But I don't think we're not putting it all together necessarily. I don't know, but so I'm just like, so here's my thing. And much in like the way young Christina was, except Penny did not have like an inch of the agency that young Christina did. But like in the same way that you were thinking, like, well, wait a second, there's a hell of a resource, like all wrapped up in this man, you know, and I got a hell of a lot to offer the world, and I need resources in order to offer it. So let me go, you know, sidle up to him and say, did you know? Blah, 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 blah. So that's young Christina. It's on point. You can't tell me how, like, it's targeted.
I feel like that might be overstated, but
no, it's not.
But I think.
Did you know?
I did.
You cocked your head a lot in high school.
Did I?
You cocked your head now. Did you know?
That's fascinating.
Because you present. That's like, it's a way of presenting.
I just want to say that I think if you pitched Elon Musk in an elevator, that he would buy whatever it was that you were selling.
Anyone?
If you
or
did.
Penny D. Wrenn?
No. If you did.
He would either.
If Penny Wrenn did.
He would either be amused beyond the point of toleration. You know, like he'd be, you know, like authentically amused, or he would be, or I would activate him before we got wherever we were going. Like something would turn on, and he would say either follow me, or here's my cell, or here's the cell phone number to the dude who's a Mormon who controls all of his money. I forget that dude's name. You know what I'm saying? And that's it. You know. Or he would just say, I like your spunk, like I was a 23-year-old, and then say bye, you know?
Likely to happen.
All the time. Somebody said that to you.
All the time. All the time.
They called you Spunky in the paper.
Oh my God.
I'm Patsy. It was like, Spunky? Is she a teenager?
They did call her Spunky. They really did call her Spunky in the paper too. When she was running for
and
my favorite.
Spunky Christina Hartman out there trying to be a politician.
Oh,
they called her
Bless
force
her
of
heart.
nature.
You know.
And we let her run, but we. Meanwhile,
my favorite actually was when they called me a force of nature.
Meanwhile,
actually was when they called
they called you a force of nature.
I call you a force of nature. I call you a force of nature, and I mean hyperbole, but also it's like it's true. Anyway, so
back to
Elon, he's got a lot of money, and he's not averse to using it in unexpected ways, and he doesn't care. And what I know about the past and what I've done and what I see.
I think there's a lot of, I mean, to come full circle on what you were saying about journalists, like, I think there's still a reckoning that has to happen with journalists as to why we do certain stories.
Yeah.
And
why we do, right. Because chasing rich, young.
I just didn't know that this was going to be a Winklevoss Twins Stan podcast.
I wasn't standing for the Winklevoss twins. Though
I agree. So, your buckets. I heard one the other day advertised on a podcast that I listened to.
What?
It's very interesting that...
Man, I talked a ton here. Okay, great. Here we go.
Time, and I think I would say that the jury's still very much out on that. Like, who's, like, us versus them? What is that? Who is the us? And so, again, I think it's folks looking for that black and white scenario, but it's so gray, and people fall into different groups all the time. And it's how the media is portraying something, and how we're interpreting something with our own bias. All very, very, the chat GPT, so different kinds of artificial intelligence, but also I was at a Christmas thing at my cousin's house, and a friend of hers who's a teacher was saying that, we're sort of not educating folks properly in school, and that they're leaving school without being able to write a paragraph.
Yes.
And so
was she talking about the Soul to Story podcast?
She was not. She was talking about her personal
because that was part of my thing too. Yes, hit it.
In a school system that will go unnamed.
Keep going. You're filling in a gap for me. Go ahead.
Wait for it though. So my immediate reaction was, this is terrible because we need these kids to be able to write. My other reaction was, do they really need to be able to write, Christina? Why do they need to be able to write? If there's a machine that can do that for them, and so it's this. So that gets back. So basically, what you're saying is that the kinds of things that you're talking about are the analogous to what I was saying about the playbook.
The playbook.
And so
we have to rewrite the why.
We do, and so we also have to keep asking why. Why do we need students to be able to write a paragraph about Toni Morrison's Beloved? Why do we need them to be able to do that? And I'm not saying that there are not good answers to that question, but why do they need to be able to write it instead of just verbalize it? So she was giving an example that her students who are non-native English speakers were able to put something into Google Translate, and then it would pop out the other end. And then that would be like what they turned in for their English, sort of writing assignment. And
100%.
But
I want to continue getting my shoes fixed. If I don't have any alternative,
and so
they need to assist.
Does it just become that there are writers, people who know how to write at a really high level, and other people don't?
Yeah, I would say so. We'll cut ourselves, but yes, got it. Yes, because I would say just to, or does it become that we figure out how to standardize the teaching of writing and the function of writing at the foundation of everything? Because if you're going to have a legal system that exists that continues to dictate who can and who cannot, everybody needs to write.
Right. And then also, but that relates back to citizenship, right? So when we're looking at an education system, we should always be thinking about, again, what's like just an ideal thing that we want people to know because these things are good to know, but then citizenship and like economic drivers and how people can participate in the workforce.
Citizenship, curiosity, creativity, if you ask me, yes.
Oh, for sure. Oh, all of those things. But those things lead to eventual employment, right?
Yes. And employment is the important thing, because that's my other thing is wealth. Wealth is another thing I'm really stuck on. And intergenerational wealth. Okay. We really got into it. So let's get out of it.
Oh my goodness.
Let's move on.
Yeah, it does. I'm really glad we got to talk about these things that we're wrapping up 2020. And what's so interesting about all the things we talked about are actually, they're just ongoing discussions.
Still happening.
So they came to light.
Present continuous tense.
Yeah, and they came to light in a big way in 2022. And they'll continue through 2023, and we'll track them. And we hope that you're interested in what we have to say and that you follow along as we move forward.
When did we record this?
That if you're listening, you are interested in what we have to say. And we hope that you know someone else who's also interested in what
December
we have to
30th,
say.
2022.
And the next time
now,
you talk.
here's the other thing. Let me see. When did ChatGPT release? November 30th, 2022. So this was just a month. So how many users how many people were using? Number of, actually, let me see, do this. Number of people using ChatGPT in December or on December 30th, 2022. So it came out in November. November. 57 million people were monthly active. Million people. Compared to how many now? I feel like I've heard stats about much lower use, download, or some such than that. When was the ChatGPT app made available on store? All right, and while it's doing that, let me see. Oh. That's something else. What is my... Well, now, oh my gosh, I hate this new ChatGPT. It's so annoying. It's so annoying. What does this mean? Add this quick chat to the current chat? Thought, use 5 archival clips, not 1 or 2 full recordings from every year. 10 to 16 recordings would turn the live stream into a listening session and leave too little time for Christina's present day interpretation. So like 5 clips of 45 to 90 seconds each, and 1 final clip that best represents what As In was becoming. Listening back to America before America 250. Perfect. This is beautiful. Great. Thank you, ChatGPT. I will use this now. Now, what was the question I just asked it? Oh, ChatGPT downloads. Oh my gosh. What was that? I was just in there. 2022. Oh, come on. Let me see. December 30. Let's see, 50, let's see, million. Nope. Here we go. Okay. $900 million, approximately 1 billion active mobile app users. The 50 Cent was not an official OpenAI account, was not specifically measured. It was a UBS. $266 million website visits. Reached 1 million users during its first 5 days by December 5th. First official mobile app was a website. Yeah, I thought so. The official iPhone app launched in the U.S. App Store in May 2023. The official Android app became available in its first countries on July 25th, 2023. Right, so this is, let me see, January, February, March, April, May. So it's like 5-6 months before the app was available. I really want to do something where I show how long I've been talking about this. Oh boy. Oh, they're here. Are you guys still outside?
Here, we'll turn around.
Okay, I'm coming downstairs. I was live streaming, but I'm going to stop. I'm coming out. Okay, bye. Yay, I get to go see a dog. Bye. I'll be back tomorrow. You'll see me talking to Christina. Tune in. Hope to see you there.